This week I actually want to tackle some things that have been on my mind for the office.
Oh my god, it's so slippery.
I'm not nervous, you're nervous.
We've done hard things before. I can't see what bad happened.
This is the content you subscribe for. And a huge thank you to Etsy for sponsoring this video. Hey, my name is Kelsey, this is TheSorryGirls, and welcome back to our series Loft Vibes, where we work on making over and decorating our garage office space. This is where we film, produce, and edit our content focusing around DIY and design, while definitely keeping sustainability in mind. If that sounds like your thing, maybe consider subscribing. It is free, it means a lot to us, and we would love to see you here more often. This week, I actually want to tackle some things that have been on my mind for the office. This is like a me project, but first I'm gonna have a meeting with the team to make sure everybody's on board. Thank you all for coming. I have prepared snacks. Just topic of today's meeting, some things I'm not overly happy with in the office, so these are my proposed office changes. First up, better office snacks. Allie, I know you're getting literally everything I've asked you to get, but maybe we switch it up. We think 2 p.m. sweet tooth, but make it low FODMAP.
What's FODMAP?
Good, okay. Next up, when we get those snacks, let's make sure it's something the mice won't like, because we do have a mouse problem. Here are my thoughts on how we should solve that. My first idea, we move offices.
No, we're not moving again.
Okay, well, my next idea, no more office snacks. Okay, well, the actual best idea, we get an office cat.
Oh,
What?
I know that Jane's gonna hate that, and it's gonna be the amount of dog hair I'm already cleaning. It's gonna be
I had a cat scratch my eye out that I almost died.
Okay, I guess you gotta go now. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, moving on. I am not so happy with the kitchen's emotions. It's just not speaking to me. So those who are not in favor of me not changing it, don't say aye. Amazing, okay.
Kelsey, if I may.
Yes.
Do you think we could just move the telephone booth? It definitely just gets in the way for some of us in the office.
Yeah, I can do that, yeah.
Also, a request from Team Edit. Can we look into getting more comfortable chairs to sit on?
Oh, really? I really liked how they were kind of eclectic.
Okay, Kelsey, you didn't tell me about this meeting, and now we're late for our next meeting, so I think that we have to wrap up.
Okay, well, just everybody please label your chargers and bring anything home that you have just laying around the office. It's a little junky. And let me know if you need a cat, if you want a cat. Thank you, you're dismissed. So after that super successful meeting, it's time for me to get to work. I feel like the kitchen has been looking a little messy recently. Actually, it's like too crowded in some areas and then completely blank and void in other areas, especially above the shelf. So I definitely want to try to fix this. And also the areas above the kind of like cabinets and built-ins on the end just look empty. I feel like a lot of us can relate to this. If you have like cabinets that just end, or like a fridge that's standalone, it just feels very empty above it. So I'm gonna try to also tackle that. So one idea I have for this kitchen in this void above the shelves is to do some artwork. I think it will bring some life to the space and also balance out the kitchen that's underneath the shelf. And after that, we can worry about some of the other issues. Before I get to anything kind of fun, I'm just gonna take out things that I don't need in the space. A couple of days ago, I did the secondhand marketplace rounds and picked up some vintage and lightly used frames. I thought this red frame specifically would look great with one of the pieces I ordered from Etsy. I actually ordered all this art off of Etsy, and I have been waiting to get my hands on these prints. When I saw this print, I knew it would be the perfect focal point for the kitchen. Not only does it kind of relate to the kitchen, it's a new take on the classic still life, but it also just balances nicely with all the different styles that we have going on in the office. And it has this specific blue color that I've been loving, and I'm gonna bring more of it into the space, and I'll tell you more about that later. I don't know if this was what this was meant for, but it's kind of interesting that it just comes with this grid cardstock. Maybe it's supposed to be the mat that you then cut out for the picture frame. I need just a little bit of a mat so that I can get like an even white all around. This is the best sound. Back to work. This is the content you subscribe for. Wait a gosh darn minute. Bet you didn't see that coming. I didn't. I wonder if the previous owner knew this was still on. They're just like, man, my prints are looking foggy. Girl, gotta take this off. I know that I want to put something on that beam that's sticking out right there. So I'm just gonna mark it with this so that I can see perspectives and heights of things. I don't think I can reach that though. Okay, imagine vase, or vase, if you will. Okay. Like, should I go high? Or like here? Basically, so normally you might like measure from the top, find center. To find this, I'm gonna measure from the bottom part that I just marked. Measure from the bottom to here to see where I need to put my screw, and then just find the center between the two lamps, because I know that I want it to be centered between the two lamps. So this is where I'm gonna put my screw. And it's concrete, so you know what that means. Hammer drill. It's so weird, like sometimes I'm afraid of heights, but then sometimes I'm not. Is this centered? Hold on, that'd be really helpful. Oh, that's centered. Bless Kelsey from 2 years ago for putting this centered. Bless her. X marks the spot, baby. This is where we start getting dirty. Etsy has a ton of art and decor that fits so many different personalities and styles, and shopping on Etsy means that we can support independent makers from around the world, which is something that you guys know I definitely take pride in. Do we think it's drywall?
This is
I should bring in my sticky glue tape. You just like don't want it to spin, you know? Sometimes when picture frames only have one spot to hang it from at the back, it can kind of leave the picture frame a little wobbly, and somehow they end up just becoming unlevel. So to rectify this, I like to take a little bit of like wall sticky foam tape. There's a bunch of different products out there. Just put those underneath the bottom corners and then it'll stay in place. I one time did a gallery wall and it was like all these photos, and they just like after a couple days, they just would tilt, and I even tried to fix them and level them, and like you'd come back 2 days later and they'd be off. Like, I guess the earth is moving or something. The earth do be moving. I usually do digital prints from Etsy, but like, it's so cool to get a screen printed item. Yay, I love them. I also ordered some other decor pieces and dishwares on Etsy. Every item I found is so heartfelt and handmade, and it just genuinely makes me so happy to know that there's a creator on the other side of each piece. I will show you guys a little bit more of this later, but first up, there is a beam that I think needs to be painted, just so it pops a little. So I know I want to do a color, but I think the piece that I'm going to put on the beam as a little art piece in the end is a color. So I don't want to go too crazy colorful. In the end, I'm choosing this brownie orange color, which I also think complements the countertop really well. So it's going to tie it all together. My knee scraped on this thing. Yeah, I want to be more epic though. It's for another day. I'm sure I'll be up here again.
Actually not as dusty up here as I thought.
The last thing I want to tackle for today is giving a little wash to our vintage runner. We actually got this on Etsy a while back, a couple years ago, and it sees a lot of wear between like our shoes every day, sometimes the inside of Banksy's stomach. It's definitely time to give it a little rinse, and it's raining today, so maybe that will help.
You good? You dripping?
No, it's not dripping. Oh my God, we're gonna do it! This is the best hose ever. Holy sh**. Wait, it's leaking from the hose. It's leaking?
It was like a puncture.
Sorry. Woo! Woo! Great! Oh my God!
I don't have enough hands.
Oh, we're gonna need more than that. Oh, it's not on. It's not on. That's where Banksy puked. I really want some salt and vinegar chips right now. I definitely want to go with the natural cleaning approach, so I put some vinegar in the power washer and sprinkled the rug with some baking soda.
Okay, so you want to hang it up and shoot it with the pressure washer?
Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, now what?
Can you raise it up? Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so slippery.
Loves.
Much better.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Look at that dirty water. Okay, I'm gonna leave this to dry and hopefully by tomorrow it'll look as good as new. Although when we got it, it was vintage, so as good as vintage. It's the next day and today is all about the entryway. So as you guys probably know, I made over this telephone booth. If you have not seen that video, then go watch that please. But essentially I decided to pass along this underutilized broom closet that we had, and I think this is gonna be a great spot for the telephone booth. And the timbre that we have there just currently doesn't match, so I'm going to sand it down so that I can stain it. I'm adding a piece of timbre to the top edge just so that it matches the style of the phone booth a little bit better and doesn't lean too modern. Okay, it's time to move the phone booth into place, But this thing is honestly so heavy, like so deceivingly heavy. I think there's literally lead in the bottom of it. And I'm downright terrified to try to get it off this dolly. I'm not nervous, you're nervous.
We've done hard things before. Absolutely. We will do them again. Did the mathing? I think that's working. Right? I can't see what bad could happen. I mean, Michelle and I can do this all by ourselves. Yeah. Oh my god. Wait, I'm not on your level. Get out of here. Okay, ready? Yeah.
Okay, of course, everything turned out just fine. I was worrying a little bit too much, but so was Rochelle. We were both worrying. We were just like a little worry tornado. But it's in place, it's looking good, and it's time to bring this entryway back together. Okay, so I've got some shopping to do today. I'm starting off at the thrift store. The main thing on my list is kitchen utensils because I realized that we don't really have any. So that's what I'm gonna be on the lookout for. But let's see what else we can find. Thrifting IRL is always a fun hunt, but if you ever want to find specific vintage pieces or just browse some digital thrift shops, you can find them on Etsy. Next up is snack time, or at least snack refilling time. I thought I should supervise. And I'm also gonna hit the craft store while I'm at it for an idea that I have. So my other plan to bring some life into this space is to actually do vines on this wall, which I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't even know if I like this idea, but I picked up some options to play around with. It's a new day and it's time to put all the finishing touches on this kitchen area, starting with the vine idea. Oh my God, forgot my glue gun. Did I wear the wrong jeans? Am I having regrets? So these ones ended up being the best option, mostly just because this is how vines actually grow. Like, they're more sparse than the expensive craft store ones. Oh, I really did a doozy here, didn't I? I'm also gonna try this hack later where maybe I cut some of them to be like different sizes to really make the variety. And then also at the end, I think the end pieces should have smaller leaves because they're new baby leaves. So they need to be smaller, right? So I'm just gonna use hot glue to attach the vines and the leaves to the wall. But if I was doing this in my own house or something a little bit less robust, I would definitely use some kind of like wall safe sticky solution. So the key here, think like a vine. Having things come out from the other one, you know? Because like they don't just all come from one point, they like spread from each other. Hope Becky likes it. Rachel said she was here for it. I didn't realize I was full of faux vine hacks, but another one is to steam the leaves so that they are flat and they don't look crumpled. I found that I wanted to visualize where these vines would be growing just so that I knew I was getting the right coverage and they would look realistic. So I grabbed the tablet, sketched out some options, and now we have a good map to move forward.
Cute! Such a good hat.
I'm so glad that my idea of cutting the leaves into smaller leaves is working, and it looks so good. I'm really happy with how these vines are looking, and I think I'm gonna start bringing in some of our Etsy pieces that will hopefully bring this together, because right now it's not yet together. There's like a lot that we can still do to make this. So we have these new gorgeous mugs, which all of our mugs right now are mismatched. We actually don't. I don't know if we've like ever bought our own mug. We've just been given mugs, and that's all we use. So I'm excited to have ones that actually match, because can I tell you, this is Rachel's favorite mug. And she chooses this mug over and over again. It's broken. So maybe she'll use our nice new mugs. And we have this rail and we hang the pots on it, but we don't hang much else. And I think because this is like kind of the coffee corner, this could be like so cute. Just me? Anyone else? Like, why didn't we do this earlier? I feel like I might need to do this in my kitchen. So I also picked out these 3 taper candle holders from Hoogafton, Toronto, so local. And they just bring in that blue color that obviously we've been loving. And I don't know what candle holder is so beautiful that you literally don't even need a candle in it. Like, I don't want to put a candle in it. Is that weird? I think it just kind of looks like a vase. But I'm thinking maybe this tall one can go up on the beam as like a piece of art, you know? I don't know if this is weird, but see, I was marking it with the blue tape the whole time. Guys, I actually forgot about Blue Wall Drama 2021. And I guess I'm subconsciously trying to bring back a lot of this blue color. I totally forgot. I honestly forgot about this. Art? Art. Why isn't this centered? Into it? It looks good on the white because it's like, if you put it on a dark color, it doesn't stand out so much. I thought these were absolutely genius when I saw them on Etsy. They're bookends, but pots. Bookends, pots. They're box. Pot ends. Bookots. Anyways, we can do a little centered moment here. This is in my little thrifting haul yesterday. They always like just combine stuff in those bags. But what is this? Like a pounder. It must be a pounder. Like a mortar? It's cute though. So many of these items are from Etsy because thrifting and finding one-of-a-kind handmade items are some of my favorite sources of inspiration and decor. I made sure to get enough of these napkins for team lunches because paper towels are just not the aesthetic that we or the planet needs. In the end, I think the space now looks so pulled together. It was definitely missing some elements before. I think the artwork above the shelf just is that's what it needed. We needed some height here. We needed the eye to be drawn upwards. And of course, our foam booth, I feel like this is such a good spot for it. It looks so good here. I think it was meant to be with the timbre now that it's stained a color to match. it feels good. It looks like it was meant to be there. And thank you so much to Etsy for sponsoring this video. The pieces also pulled together this space and just makes it that much more homey and cozy and special and unique to us. Like, how good? Everything's looking so good. And if you like this video, make sure you check out kind of part 1 of the kitchen. When we made it over the first time a couple of years ago, you've kind of stumbled into part 2. And if you've already seen part 1, then you're probably a subscriber. So thanks for that. And if you're not yet subscribed, you know what to do. I also want to give a huge thank you to Etsy for sponsoring this video.